Hi guys, it's Anna and today I wanted to talk to you about today's beauty steal from Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, and this is going to be a first impressions on Stila Perfect Me, Perfect Hue Eye and Cheek palette. Now I always have to read that off because I always forget. It's a really long title for a palette, I think. But anyways, today it's 50% off. It normally retails for $39 and today you can get it for $19.50. And this is what it looks like. So the first thing I noticed is this is a very small palette. I mean, it's very small. If you looked at it online, you'd probably think it was bigger, but I'll compare it to my Becca palette right here. It's just very small. I mean, it can fit in the palm of my hand, which is kind of great because this is an eye and cheek palette, so that's kind of cool. It's great for travel. I purchased the color medium tan. Now these are supposed to be like your perfect everyday palette that you can use for your skin tone. However, it's up to you what colors you really want to choose. It's just what they suggest for your skin type. Like there's a fair, medium, dark, all of those. And if you want to get, sorry, I'm very burpy. If you want to get the one that they suggest, definitely do that. I'd say that the deeper you go, the more warm tone the shadows get. And I really liked the medium tan one because if you look at them, they're very rose gold, very kind of plummy. And to me, these just looked like really great fall colors. So I will be using this in the fall a lot. It does come with a really great sized mirror and it's a good quality mirror as well, so for traveling I think this would be perfect. Again, this is $19.50. I don't think that's bad for a palette at all. I haven't swatched my palette at all yet, so this is definitely first impressions. So I'm going to start off by swatching the two blush shades. It looks like we get the colors Inspiring and Mysterious, and one is more of like a dusty rose color and the other one is kind of like a peachy, like a dark peachy color, and one's matte and one is shimmery. So this one's shimmery and this one is matte, and I think those will again be really great for fall for any skin tone, honestly, and they feel really nice so far. They feel perfectly fine. So let's swatch those babies. So these are the blushes that I'm swatching. It's coming off on my hand so good, so good. Yes, I love these shades. This is a part of the reason why I chose this palette were for the blush shades, because I liked them the most out of the other palettes. A lot of them had regular pinky shades, which I like pink shades, but I'm more of a fan of like these types of shades, especially since fall is right around the corner. Now I am anxious to swatch all these other colors. So you get like this highlighting shade, which is the biggest shade, and this one it's kind of like a light mauve type color, and it's called the Highlight and it's called Captivating. Now I don't understand, is that supposed to be like, oh no, I'm sorry, it's called Curious and it's the base, so I guess it's what you're supposed to put all over your eye if you want to. Of course you can use these however you want, but there it is. It swatched just fine. I'll swatch these ones this way. On my skin tone, it's it would definitely be very light, but there it is right there. But that's nice. I wasn't really like that awed by that shade anyways. And then there's this next shade. It's the Highlight Illuminator / Highlight, and it's in Captivating. And this one has a light sheen to it. It's kind of like a light pearlescent pink color, but it's more like muted, so it's a little bit more on the mauve side. That one swatched really nice. So there is that. I think so far, love it. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to do this dark kind of brownie matte color. It's almost like a plum, and it's called Feisty. I like this color. I really like this color. I really like this color. Oh my gosh. On my hand it's swatching a little bit but I think that when you actually use it on the eye, I am in love with this color. Like, I don't think I have a brown like that, and I have a lot of browns, but it's kind of like a more purpley brown color. This next one is the shimmer, and it's called Daring, and it's like this beautiful rose gold copper shade. Oh, it feels so great. These are like my favorite types of shades. I know I have like other shades similar to this, but you can never have enough. Okay, I can never have enough. Oh my gosh, look how pretty those colors look. You cannot tell me that this is not going to be so good for fall. Okay, and the last color, when I swatched this in the store, it felt a little gritty, but all the really deep dark colors that are supposed to be the liner shades kind of feel gritty, almost like Manny's Makeup Geek palette, like the red shade, if you own that one. Yeah, it just feels kind of gritty, but I think it'll still work. Like the Manny shade in that palette still works, it just has a different texture. It's not buttery, but all the other ones are very buttery, but this is a very deep, like eggplant color, and it swatches awful, but we'll have to test it out. But I like the color, so we'll see what we can do. So I have very minimal makeup on. I'm just gonna put it on top and play around with it just to kind of see how it does. And I just have like a matte light brown shadow on my eye, so that's already there. But I'm thinking I really like that brown shade a lot, that dark brown purpley shade, so I'm definitely going to dip into that, and that's what we're going to start off with. So I'm going to just take a brush and I'm going to, I don't know, we're going to see where this goes. It's really pretty. Like, I really love this shade. I love this shade. It was worth it just for this shade. So far it's applying pretty nicely. I think it applies just fine. I like it. So let's continue onward. Now these palettes were just released this year, so they're not like something that's really old, they're pretty new. So I think, and I was already interested in these before they were even released as a beauty steal, so the fact that they're on sale, I'm like, hey, let's try it. That's what that hey was about. So it works just fine. It works like a good eyeshadow should. Okay, so next I'm going to use that kind of copper rose gold shade for sure because it's beautiful. And we're going to put that on the lid. And of course this would work much better if you had wet your brush, which I might do that. It might not be sitting on my eye very well and pigmented because I do already have eyeshadow on, which I'm betting that is the case. So I think I am going to wet my brush, but I bet, because when I swatch it, it feels just fine, just like any other eyeshadow would. I bet if I had no eyeshadow underneath, I'm pretty positive it would work just fine. But since I already have makeup on, I think it's plain hard to get. So I just dampened my brush so we can get a more metallic look. But like I said, I have no doubt in my mind that this eyeshadow is going to work just fine on a bare eye or an eye with primer on it. Just by swatching it, I can tell. I can tell, guys. I can tell. Now if you go to your local Ulta, you can go ahead and swatch these. So this is a really pretty color. I just really want to do looks with this for fall. Like, I feel so inspired for fall right now. This is such a beautiful palette. I had trouble picking which one. Honestly, it was between this one and the other deep one. But that one had like a black shade, and I wasn't really into the black shade. So, and plus the blushes were really calling my name in this one. So we did this one. Okay. So like I said, right now it's not applying that great, this specific color, but I really believe that next time I use it, it'll go on just fine. I really do. Okay, what else? I don't know. Well, let's use this purple shade for like deeper crease. Let's try that. These colors really complement each other. So it goes on fine, it's just not as like deep and dark and pigmented as you would maybe think. Again, could be the eyeshadow I have underneath it. That's the only thing that kind of stinks about first impression videos is you don't have a chance to really test it out in multiple ways, but you know, if you follow me, if you follow me, I'm laughing because my fiance, he changes everything to like schmuckter pep. Like, it makes no sense, but he adds SH to everything so that it doesn't even sound like the word, but it just, okay, anyways. I guess that's like an inside thing where everybody else is going to think I'm crazy, so I'm just going to be quiet now. But basically, if you follow me on Snapchat, I definitely will update you guys about this palette, but I think it's really beautiful. I can't even stop looking at it. The color combination is just so pretty. Okay, I'm going to use this mauve colored blush on top of the blush that I already have, just because why not? And it seems to be very pigmented. I mean, yeah, it's pigment. It's pigmented. It's pigmented. So I'm really excited to test this out. I think it's worth the $20. Based off the swatches, I really do think it's worth the $20. Like I said, I think it wasn't applying as easily as it normally would just because I have a matte shadow on top already, and sometimes to put things on top of matte shadows don't really work out really well. I'm not really sure why, but if you want this, Ulta was so crowded. I had to go to 2 different Ultas to find the color that I wanted, so make sure you go to your Ulta and check out if they have the color you still want. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and you guys have a wonderful day.